Hello, it is Monday, March 13th, 2022. I'm Chris Primo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It is a Monday puzzle today, and that means we shouldn't have too taxing a task before us to complete this grid. Today's crossword should be relatively approachable and a themed puzzle to kick off the solving week. And this presumably not too taxing edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Tom Nemchek, Alan Blunder, Mitchell Turek, and, as always, the invaluable Timothy Mark and the indomitable Showmaster. So thank you so much to the five of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, for their generous support, and thank you to all of my patrons for keeping the channel going. I really do appreciate it. It does mean a lot, and it really is the thing that keeps it going. So if you'd like to become a patron and directly support the channel yourself, you can head over to patreon.com/dailysolve or click the link in the description field, and you can become a patron and get, as a benefactor, the Daily Solve Let's Check the Crosses mug, or as any supporter, access to all of the bonus videos that have gone up on the channel to date, as well as the new ones that go up each week. So again, thank you to everybody who's done so. Thank you also to everybody who's subscribed to the YouTube channel. Do consider doing that if you've not yet gotten around to it. And you can also join the Daily Solve Discord chat server, which is a nice friendly chat community. There's a link in the description field to that as well. All right, so all of that having been said, let's get on to today's puzzle. This, as noted, is a Monday puzzle, so relatively straightforward, and it was constructed by the pair of Sam Koperwas and Jeff Chen. Sam Koperwas, only his second puzzle for the Times. Jeff Chen, you may recognize the name because he has constructed well over 100 puzzles for the New York Times and is the proprietor of the xwordinfo.com website, which is a great sort of compilation of data about the New York Times crossword. All right, so let's get on to the puzzle, and let's start solving. Teacher's pet is a common phrase, so let's assume that's that. One of the three bears, Papa Bear, in the Goldilocks and the Three Bears story, Mama Bear, Papa Bear, and Baby Bear? What was the daughter's name? I don't remember. Bring in as a salary, earn. Yeah, that's the spot. Ah, you might say, at a spa. And top-selling Girl Scout cookies are Thin Mints. All right, those are my favorite, so I guess I'm typical in that regard. Quality beef cut. Prime rib is a prized cut of beef. And one of the two official languages of New Zealand, Maori, is one of the two official languages of New Zealand, the other, of course, being English. And locale for the pupil and the iris, those are both parts of the eye. Ewoks or Klingons are brief, those are both fictional extraterrestrials from, I guess, Star Wars and Star Trek, respectively. And something to aim for is a target. Something you literally aim for, or metaphorically, I suppose. Jabber is to yak on. And minis and A-lines for two are types of skirts. Mini skirts or A-line skirts. Bank offerings in brief. CDs, cash deposits? Not sure. Walks noisily. Tromps, maybe? Or clomps? Actually, clomps sounds more like the noisily bit. That could also be then CDs. It probably ends with S. Well, let's put it in. Breaks in concentration. You could have a lapse in concentration. What do we have with these? Actor Radcliffe or Kaluuya? Daniel Kaluuya is an actor, and Daniel Radcliffe also is one. Don't know why I said it that way, but there we go. Daniel. And just as a reminder, I haven't issued this reminder in a while, so I will. Even though there are two, you might see that there are two actors here and immediately think, okay, well, I'm looking for a 5-letter name with an S on the end. But you're not, because we're only talking about actor Radcliffe or actor Kaluuya. So one or the other of the two, a single Daniel. Unlike Daniels, the directors of Everything Everywhere All at Once. Winning game after game. If one's on a roll. And if you're stuck in the muck, you could be mired, stuck in a sort of bog-like situation, or I guess a literal bog. Flower part in potpourri. Petals. Potpourri often has dried petals in it. Potpourri, the sort of fragrant dried flower mixture. Satisfy as a thirst, you could slake your thirst. And here we have Sparta. So what was that? One side in the Peloponnesian War. There we go. And porterhouse or T-bone is a steak. Oh, so this is not on a roll, is it? If you're winning game after game, you're on a tear. Okay. Similar idiom to on a roll, but I guess the wrong one. I think on a roll was more common, which is why I went for that. Last year's senior could be a graduate. So you were a senior in school and then you graduated. So, and the fact that senior is abbreviated here indicates that the answer will also be abbreviated in this way, graduate to grad. Scrooge's Phooey. So Ebenezer Scrooge from A Christmas Carol famously exclaims, bah, humbug. Have a noticeable impact, so to speak, is to move the needle, people say metaphorically. We have quite a few sort of metaphorical idiomatic phrases in this puzzle so far. Popular daytime show with the View. I don't know that show, but it just seems like something that you'd call a daytime talk show. But let's see. Seance invitees. Who would you invite to a seance? Does an I work there? Oh, spirits, right, okay. There you go. I was thinking, I think probably intentionally, I was initially thinking the people who were invited to a seance to witness the spirits, but of course the spirits are the people, or the beings who are invited during the seance itself. Popular daytime talk show, right, so it does look like The View. Let's try it. Blank Meanie, 2010 hit by Sean Kingston and Justin Bieber. Is it Eeny Meeny? Is it Eeny Meeny Miny Mo? Believe it or not, I don't know this either, but it seems very likely, just based on the fill. A line of stitches is a seam in an article of clothing, perhaps in a skirt. And a country that's home to the Inca Trail is Peru. I think you can take the Inca Trail to Machu Picchu. Hope I'm not misremembering that, but I believe that's the case. I've never been there myself. Tussle one's hair is to sort of muss it, which my hair looks like it sort of has been today. Need a haircut. And fragrant is, smelly, but that's not long enough. And it wouldn't really be good. Fragrant has a kind of positive connotation, whereas smelly has a negative connotation. Although I suppose you could probably contrive ways to use each in the opposite manner. Young phenom is a wonderkind, but no. A whiz kid. There we go. Whiz kid is same idea, I guess, as a wonderkind. Okay. Yankee great Jeter. I have heard of Derek Jeter. There we go. Sometimes I've heard of these people. Parks with a congressional gold medal. Rosa Parks, famous for her defiance of segregation laws on buses. And me neither is nor I. I didn't quickly solve Saturday's puzzle either. Opposite of neath was or, beneath or over, and these are both kind of poetic contractions. And I always, this is pretty standard practice for the New York Times crossword, and I always appreciate it when the sort of tone of the clue matches the tone of the answer. So neath and or, I mean, they're very specifically the same kind of contraction. They both feel sort of poetic and somewhat florid. All right, parts of pounds are ounces. So what is it, 16 ounces to a pound? And tiebreaker periods for short are OTs for overtime. Overtimes, and the for short just tells us it's abbreviated. Horse's foot is a hoof. And let's do this thing. It's on, you might declare. Pigeon sounds, pigeons go coo, pigeons and doves, which are of course the same animal. And fragrant, oh right, we had fragrant. So what is this? I'm still not sure for some reason. That's frustrating. Like some job training on, I'm not sure about that either. Bamboozled. Oh, and this is being pointed to by 62. I guess I didn't notice the other things being pointed to. Non-alcoholic mixed drink, a mocktail, or a hint to the synonyms found at the end of 16, 24, 37, and 51 across. The synonyms: rib, needle, kid. What am I missing? Sorry, I don't quite understand. Yeah, I'm just not seeing it. Sorry. Click will attend in present. RSVP to respond and say you will attend a party or a wedding or something. Singer Suzanne, whose name is a star. I don't think I know this person, but Vega is a star starting with V. So Suzanne Vega hopefully is the answer. And the round part of a hammer, you could have a ball peen hammer with the round part, the peen. Is it? Wait a second, is it? Yeah, ball peen, because it's a ball peen because it's a rounded peen rather than a claw hammer often has a flat peen. Okay, I think that's right. Letter before Q is P. I had to think about that for longer than I maybe should have. Longest keys on keyboards are space bars. That's a nice gimme. Many early PCs, oh, that's a funny cross. Many early PCs were manufactured by IBMs, and had sort of IBM DOS operating systems. Creatures that helped make Cinderella's dress. Creatures that helped make Cinderella's... Oh, mice. Right, I think, right, as depicted in the Disney film. Maybe that's also true in some versions of the original story, I don't know. Pioneer in color TV could be RCA, and side dish with fried chicken could be slaw. To stitch up is to sew something, and if one accomplished the task, one did it. And better late than never for one is an adage, so a common old saying, a weathered old bromide. And the persistence of memory painter is Dali, Salvador Dali. A large bird on Louisiana's state flag, it must be a pelican. I'm not very familiar with the state flags, to be honest, but this must be that. Succeed in the end is to win out or to something out. Great Basin tribe, probably the Ute tribe, for which Utah is named, and Mauna Kea, there we go, in Hawaii. And then organization at the airport is the TSA, Transport Security Agency, and then construct as a house. You could erect a house. To succeed in the end. Why do I not see what that is? Digit that looks like another digit when turned upside down. 9 looks like a 6 when turned upside down. So is this not pelican? Is it a wellican? That doesn't seem like anything. What am I missing? Oh, pan out. It will pan out. It will succeed in the end. Right. I was thrown off because I was trying to think of a person succeeding in the end, but you wouldn't really say, I'm going to pan out. You'd say, it's going to pan out. So that's interesting. That it's one of those clues that you really do need to read in the proper way, or at least consider there is more than one way to read it. Okay, oh, something for a ride. Bamboozled. Oh, taken for a ride. There we go. So what is going on? A hint of the synonyms found at the end of, so mocktail. What am I missing? Rib, needle. To rib somebody and to needle somebody both mean to sort of kid them or joke around with them. Oh, and kid is right there. And then ride. Oh, those all mean that. Oh, it's the other way around. Sorry about this. Okay. I was thinking it was going to mean that these were sort of imitation tails or something like that, or words that could mean tails. It's exactly the opposite. It means the tail of these words, each of them is a synonym for mock. So each of these words or each of these phrases ends with something meaning to mock, to rib, to needle, to kid, or to ride. Ugh, okay. Took me much too long. Like some job training, fragrant. I still don't see it. Geek Squad members, computer repair people, sort of techs, IT techs. I guess that's kind of redundant, isn't it? But you know what I mean, computer techs. Perfect places could be Edens, like the Garden of Eden. Pro pitcher of a sort. Pro pitcher, an ad man, a professional pitcher, someone who professionally pitches products. Actress Knightley, Keira Knightley. Is her name spelled this way? I guess it must be. One whose writing is aggregated on Rotten Tomatoes. Oh, this isn't ad man, it's ad rep. That makes sense because they're pitching ad space. They're literally selling the ads themselves. Okay, and then one whose writing is aggregated on Rotten Tomatoes could be a critic. Regarding this point, herein, you could say, or hereby maybe, like some job training on site, here too, okay. There we go. Got there eventually. Fortune 500 listings are companies, Fortune 500 being 500 sort of stock index of the 500 largest or sort of most significant in some way U.S. companies. Maybe it's just the largest marked by market cap. Anyway, these are spades, as in the card suit, and scented is fragrant. I don't know why that one took me so long, but it did, and there we go. That was the Monday crossword, and I had a few more little bumps in here than I maybe typically would on a Monday, so who knows? I'll be curious to hear from anyone else if they had a similar experience. Let me know in the comments or the Daily Solve Discord chat server. That's where that discussion often happens as well. But yeah, there were just little things that I struggled with, including the theme. Mocktail, the tail of each of these clues being a word meaning to mock. Prime rib, move the needle, whiz kid, and taken for a ride. So rib, needle, kid, and ride, respectively, all mean mock. And I just did not see that initially. But there we have it. That was the Monday puzzle. And in the central clue here, the whiz kid, which I was not when it came to determining various elements of this puzzle today. And that's that. I don't have time, unfortunately, today for the puzzles for yesterday's clues, but I will endeavor to get back to that tomorrow. So do feel free to correct me or explain some more context in the comments, and I'll try and get to those tomorrow. But in any case, that was today's crossword. Hope you enjoyed it. I will be back tomorrow, Tuesday, one way or the other, and you can join me for another, should be relatively gentle themed crossword. But until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Monday. Take care.